Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 250. I am B.
Chick.
And I'm Ryan.
We got a special guest. Fourth time.
Oh
Fourth time.
boy.
What's
oh
up,
boy.
James
Hey, what's
Raniolo?
going on, guys? How we doing here?
Great.
This is very intimidating.
You like the new setup?
I like it a lot, but I don't like looking at myself directly. And there's like a mirror right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. I'll get used to it. It's like,
Me and Chick
I need
usually have to
experiences
look
like
for
this to humble me. I just gotta look. I need to look awful and just
Yeah.
to really get my shit together.
Well, I was saying before we started, usually, James shows up to the podcast. There's like a bottle of whiskey involved. There's some. He's got 2 sugar-free Dr. Peppers here today, and
He's
yeah,
a
I guess
Dr. P guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a DP
There's a
guy.
DP guy as he wanted to verify it across the parking lot.
Oh man,
Like you said, I see things and I have to say it.
he blurts them out.
That's why, I trample. Because once it pops in, it's got to come out.
So Ryan, we were on the way here. We stopped to get gas. Chick makes me fill up his tank. Can you believe that? Makes me fill up his tank.
Yeah.
Which
does
I don't
drive
mind
it.
doing. I'll help a friend out. But then James goes into the convenience store, comes out with the 2 Dr. Peppers. Chick is now screaming out, it's like, "You're a DP guy? I didn't know you were a DP guy."
Did you know what you were saying when you were saying it?
Yes, I meant Dr. Pepper, and now that you say that, it does.
And Dr. Pepper's like one of the most famous drinks out there. It's like a lot of people like Dr. Pepper. I don't know why he was so shocked.
Oh no, I
like
disagree. I
You
feel
don't
like
think a lot of people-
I feel like I'm always a little surprised when I see so many things.
Nah,
too many
everybody
Dr.
likes
Pepper.
it. Dr.
I'm not-
Pepper is in every convenience store across the
I'm
country.
not saying it's not available widely, but I'm saying that if I see somebody go Dr. Pepper, I always think to myself, interesting choice.
That's exactly how I view it as,
I
interesting.
think you guys are crazy. I think more people like Dr. Pepper than they do.
That may be true, but I'm in these stores a lot, and I see, to me, most people walk out with Coke, Pepsi, or then they go to the clear soda.
Those are the big names.
But those are the ones that most people come out with, like clear sodas, root beers. I feel like I don't see a lot of Dr. Pepper. I
You
know
think
people
root
like
beer
it.
is more popular than a Dr. Pepper? I don't think it is.
Maybe I'm wrong. That's just how I
in
feel.
my life, it is.
Yeah, like
I'm
I feel like
I'm a
most
root
people I
beer-
know, like I don't like Dr.
You're
Pepper.
root beer
I like
ahead
root
of
beer.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
No, not
I can't tell you less about a Dr. Pepper, but root beers, that's my special treat. I mostly just drink water, but if I'm going to drink a non-water, it's a root beer.
It's a root beer.
Yeah.
I love a root beer. I like a root beer. Also
I
like a cream
good root
soda.
beer, too. It just doesn't have caffeine in it, so it's got to be
okay.
like.
Serving
If
the
I need
purpose.
the pick me up, unfortunately, can't use root beer. But
I
I
don't-
do love a good root beer.
I don't like root beer.
Like I like it when you go to like an old timey like place like Krish's, and like you get like a root beer in like a bottle, and it's like cold. Like
Yeah.
that's I like that's a good.
That's
root
what's
beer.
cool about
That's
it.
what I like. That's
A
how I
root
like
beer
to enjoy
float.
a-
How you doing?
Exactly.
How you doing?
Can I
I'll
tell
take
you,
it every day.
I don't understand the ice cream soda guy thing, and I like ice cream and I love soda, but I never thought to put them together and like the float thing. How are you supposed to? Are you supposed to drink that or like eat it with a spoon? Like
You're asking the important questions because I've never known myself.
There's a long spoon and
I
a long
do the long
straw, and
spoon.
you just kind of. And it melts in. It eventually becomes kind of like a slushy consistency. So you can sit there and stir around and enjoy your ice cream.
okay,
Take a sip
You
of your
start
soda.
with a spoon. You end with a straw.
There it is. There it is.
That's it.
all right. 'Cause I've never had a root beer float,
The-
and it
because-
always. I never
mean,
understood it.
Here we are, ice cream talk again. But like there's some sort of a consistency with the soda above the ice cream where it melts a little bit and gives it a little fizz and a little taste. Delicious. But then at the end, it turns into like a milkshake. Ah, it's unbelievable.
I just never thought while I was drinking a soda, like, wow, I wish there was a nice, scoop of ice cream in this.
And vice versa. I'd never been eating ice cream going, you know what? I wish I'm going to dump a 16 ounce of Coke in this thing.
Yeah, but you never know what's going to go good.
Right, but if the root beer is in a stein like it's supposed to be,
Oh, yeah.
you might go, you know what? I'll go, fuck it. Some drunk just goes, fuck it, and just like that's how it started. Like it just.
Speaking of things that shouldn't go together, what do you guys?
This podcast.
What's your take on the ketchup potato chip? Where are we at?
I
Where
just
we
saw
at,
it
boys?
today for the first time ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doritos, I guess, has thought like, we should make a whole line of condiment flavored Doritos, and they have hot mustard, they have tangy, sweet and tangy barbecue, and they have ketchup.
Well, they've had sweet and tangy barbecue.
But now it's like in this. It's I don't know. I see
The
all the
big
displays.
release was the hot mustard and the ketchup.
Yeah.
Now, ketchup chips, have you tried them?
No, apparently they've been very popular in Canada for
Big
years.
in Canada.
Yeah.
Canada has a thing called dressed, I believe. I think they're called all dressed. I probably have that wrong.
No, because I've heard the term dressed is in food references, but like you get the works on it.
Hers.
dressed.
You know the potato chip.
Yeah.
Chip. you know. The
Hers makes a good chip.
Yeah. Make hers yours. That's
really their
that's their
thing?
thing.
Never heard that before in
Yeah,
my life.
make hers yours. They have a ketchup potato chip that I find very good. I like it. When you think of ketchup potato chip, you're thinking of the wrong things. You're thinking real ketchup.
I don't know if I'm thinking anything. I feel like I'm kind of waiting to try it before I.
Are you interested?
I'm interested in
All
trying
right,
anything,
James.
Not particularly. I mean,
Why?
I'm not gonna. Because it's all. Who cares? Like it's been a lawless time ever since we had like purple ketchup. Like that was it's been downhill ever since then.
I never liked the purple.
And
ketchup.
I have a friend. I have a friend that she just like that's her thing. Like
Purple
she gets.
ketchup?
You remember those fucking from like
I've never heard
early
of purple ketchup.
like the early
Easy
2000s?
squirt.
Yeah, that's
Get
exactly
the
it.
fuck out.
It was actually purple.
One was a
Some
green
were
one and a
green.
purple one.
Did it taste the same?
No, it was awful. It was
Oh.
green.
Was it like a
green ketchup tasted exactly as you'd imagine green ketchup would taste. All right, to be honest with you, it was pretty awful. But no, it's just like I have a friend like she always gets like the grossest like bastardization I call them just abominations. It's like it's Swedish fish Oreos. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, it's just the grossest shit. So it's like none of that.
Well, here's
Ketchup chip actually seems pleasant compared.
Here's
to
my stance on the ketchup chip because I've heard a lot of backlash on the ketchup potato chip because I think people are thinking it's going to taste just like ketchup, but it's more of like the spice element, paprika. That's the only spice I can think of.
Is there paprika in ketchup?
I think so.
Really?
You don't even know if paprika's in it. You just said I think so.
Paprika's in it. I'm pretty sure. But if they didn't name it ketchup, I think, and they called it like Doritos' new wacky smoky flavor, I think people would be more on board. But it's really good. It's like almost like a barbecue chip, sort of sweet, sort of tomatoey. So I want each. I haven't had the hot mustard yet.
And so it's funny because I was doing what we call resets in a quick check today, and that's where I saw this chip. And it's actually amazing you brought it up because we had a whole conversation about it. And I say I love Doritos is probably my favorite brand.
What's your favorite flavor?
I like probably the purple bag,
Sweet chili.
the sweet chili, or
Yeah.
the regular. I'm a regular. I love the regular.
What is regular? Nacho?
cheese.
Yeah.
The Cool Ranch I like, but sometimes too much of it, and it's like, ugh, I've had enough ranch already. But I also like to try these things, but I don't want to buy it and then hate the like. So I'm like, I hope somebody I know has a bag, and then I just try one. Because I'll never buy a ketchup or a hot mustard chip.
I hope I meet somebody with a bag of ketchup chips.
Yeah, you
That's
want
my
some of my
hope.
ketchup chip? By the way, I would not have that. If somebody's like, I have some leftover ketchup
I didn't
chips.
say leftover if they had a bag. I was like, oh, let me try one of those. That's kind of how I want to be.
So you're gonna like during the summer, you're gonna be like, somebody's like, I'm having a barbecue, and you're like, I'll come if you buy some ketchup chips.
Yeah.
I'll show up.
Maybe
if
I
I can
would do it for
sample, if I can
and
sample
I
it.
bring the tasting that I want to try for the party because then you
Sure.
have to bring something anyway.
Yeah.
I'll bring the chips for that.
Right.
That is such a cruel move to do. I'm like, you're not a nice person.
No,
Did you just realize it?
Yeah, I'm just picking up on it now.
you should have heard him on the way here.
I would be like, I would never bring something I didn't test before I to a party. But
That's
I
right.
wouldn't co-sign. That I'd be like, yeah, I brought these. They might be shit, but hey, listen, I wanted to try them, so here we are.
I'm comfortable enough with the parties that I'm going to be invited to that if I brought these chips and was like, "Hey, let's all try these,"
Yeah,
like, I don't
and
care
then
if
if
they're
you
not
make it
good.
like a fun thing, like, hey, let's try these
Let's
chips.
try
But,
these
yeah,
chips. I've been wanting to try them. I haven't had a reason to buy
Yeah.
a bag yet. Now I have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy you a bag. That's
You
what I'm
can
gonna
buy.
do.
You can buy. You don't have to buy one of the big bags. I'm sure you can buy one of the small bags.
I know, but
You can get a
I
little
don't
tiny
like
bag.
buying something and like having it and then
But
tossing it.
B likes them, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's true.
I'll
Now I
take
know
your
that
leftovers.
You'll take my
Yeah.
leftover ketchup chips.
He was been
You should
hoping that
buy
somebody.
the bag and then bring it when you record, so now you can try them. You guys can review them. He doesn't like
Yeah.
them. You can
Ketchup
whatever.
Doritos next
And
week.
now it's like adult babies with chip review. Chicks
Yeah.
chip review.
chip review. It's still closed. We could go from
Chips,
chicks
chicks.
picks to chicks chips.
the only thing about the ketchup and the mustard chips that like that sounds okay, but like you're one step away from a mayo chip, and that just sounds gross. You know,
does
like it
sound
sounds
gross.
delicious.
A
Don't get me wrong, like
a
it sounds
mayo chip does
amazing.
sound kinda
But a
gross.
mayo chip sounds like just
But again, I guarantee it's always the flavor's a little bit different than what the actual product is, and they're gonna make like
Mayo is something that people love. Like,
Or
when
hate.
people love mayo. Like, yeah, you're right. People either love or hate it, but the people who love it, like, I feel like can eat mayo almost by like the spoon.
See, I
Like,
can't
it's
eat mayo by the
Like, I
spoon.
like mayo, but that like people who love it almost make me not like mayo.
yeah.
If that makes sense.
I love mayo. I couldn't even. The idea of just eating pure mayo is disgusting.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I enjoy it, but I know some people who it's just like.
Yeah.
over.
Well, listen, I do enjoy mayo.
Are you a mayo guy?
I'm a mayo guy.
I went to. He's a condiment. I don't limit him to mayo. He's a condiment guy. I used to love the Subway turkey sandwiches with mayo, but I
Yeah.
always knew that mayo was a little bit different. So I asked them one day. I said, "Hey, what kind of mayo you guys using back there?" And they said they were using Admiration mayo, which I had never heard of. But I work in the food industry, and I know that we sell Admiration product. So I looked it up, and I bought myself 4 1-gallons of Admiration mayo.
4 gallons, huh?
Yeah.
Because you can't buy them any other way.
You
than
can't
a
get it in the
gallon.
store. It's like only a food service
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
wholesale only. Like, you
Yeah.
have to go by the-
Yeah. That reminds
Big
me.
quantities.
So there was
Yeah.
another. I think it was Cannonball barbecue sauce. It was. You
Interesting.
could only buy wholesale for a while. And I
I'm
remember
listening.
Tim Dillon had posted on Facebook years ago before he was a millionaire. He posted something about if anybody knows how to find me Cannonball. I don't know that it was Cannonball barbecue, but it was some type of barbecue sauce. He goes, I'll pay handsomely for it. And I had the connection, so I was like, I can get you 4 1-gallons of it. He goes, I'll take it.
Really?
So I show up and open
You
mic.
sold Tim Dillon.
Yeah. Well, he
Barbecue
just gave,
sauce?
he paid me cost for it. I didn't.
You know where
I
to
didn't make-
find
I
all
didn't
the
make
like,
money on it.
DL brands.
Well, I it was just at work. I just like
Oh,
yeah. I
that's
can
fair.
bring
By the
me
way,
up- bring me
Tim
up for-
Dillon now owns Cannonball Barbecue sauce. Oh,
But then I
man.
just heard a story about oh God, what's his name? Crazy recluse guy. Can't think of
Tom
his name.
Hanks.
No.
Who's the guy? Go on.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll think of this guy's name, but whatever. This guy was just he was a billionaire, and his favorite ice cream brand was being discontinued. So we called him up and he said, "How much do I need to pay you to keep that ice cream in production?" And he just wrote him a check for it was whatever it was, 100 cases, to but he was currently living in a hotel. It's going to bother me that I don't. I'm going to.
Look it up. Because I have there's something that's been discontinued from Bath and Body Works. I talked about it on this very podcast, the Shea Body Butter. And if I ever get to the point where I am influencer status, where I could bring a brand back, it would be the Shea Body Butter.
Howard Hughes.
Oh,
Howard Hughes. Wow, I didn't expect
Yeah,
that
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
when I was saying Tom Hanks, he was in that movie.
Right. He played the what was it? The Aviator.
Howard Hughes, yeah, Aviator.
Yes.
He was such a fucking weirdo. He used to piss in the. Remember when he locked
Yeah, he didn't wanna-
himself and then he used to pee in
Yeah.
the things, the
So,
bottles.
but the funny thing is, so I just heard this on the radio show, some radio show, but they were saying but soon after he got the delivery of like 100 something cases of this ice cream, He was storing it at the hotel he was living at. And then he moved on and he didn't like it anymore. So he just left the hotel with all this ice cream that he was not into anymore.
I wish.
But I feel
had
like
that much fuck you money.
I feel like, as you said, Tim Dillon, I'm like, if Cannonball was going out of business, he'd be like, no, you're not.
I'm gonna buy this company.
Yeah.
What the mayo stuff? You bought the 4 gallons.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Was it good? I mean,
Yeah,
what
it's
were
great.
You, were you just
I was
going?
putting on everything.
Can I
making
ask
a
you
lot
how
of
long did it
PLTs?
take you to get through 4 gallons of mayo?
I don't think I made it all the way through all 4 gallons, to be honest with you. I think I had mayoed myself out for a little bit. But yeah. But I was having turkey sandwiches like a motherfucker for a while.
And was it really good?
Yeah, it was
Admiration mayo?
like cheap. I think sometimes I like really cheap food.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
what it like. I don't know. Like I used to like refer to us as like peasants. I'm like, yeah, I do like some of this cheap shit more than like the
Sometimes a cheap
I
thing
look
is
at
good.
expensive meals when people pay like $1,000 and they gotta like put a fucking tablecloth over their heads because you can't eat in public, whatever the fucking exotic bird that they're eating is. You know what I'm talking about?
I've gone to like we used to do like we would go out to like a steak dinner or something like that, and it was always a problem with this guy because he'd want to get
problem.
chicken fingers. Like he
I
couldn't
never
order
asked
it.
for chicken fingers.
Yeah, you did.
The
What'd you
only
order?
thing I've asked for at a steakhouse is
The kids menu.
no, it was a cheeseburger because they figured
That's
their
not
burgers
crazy.
are gonna be
Yeah,
dynamite.
that's not crazy,
And
yeah.
I always get laughed out of the room.
No, you ordered something other because I'm a cheeseburger guy. This is not good.
Do you get it like well done
oh,
What,
that-
you probably
cheeseburgers
would.
or like
with the steak? You ask for it like
no,
well
if I
done.
get a steak, just make the steak how it's supposed to be made. I'm just not a huge steak. Like, I
Okay,
don't
no. I
love
was trying to
steak.
think of ways that you would get, chastised at a steakhouse. I'm just thinking.
Ordering, asking for a burger.
He would,
for a
o-
chicken
he would
basket.
Once I
order.
ordered, they had a hot dog on the appetizer, and but
That's
it was like
what-
it was a gourmet.
He ordered a hot dog.
and it was on their menu. It wasn't like do you guys have hot dogs? Like, it was like a gourmet fucking hot dog, and the shit was banging. Like, I stand by it.
It was on the appetizer menu though.
And I didn't order it as my meal. I ordered it.
It was just, you know what it was? It was like everybody's ordering like T-bones and like all these like, and he's like, "Can I get a hot dog?" It was out of the ordinary.
Listen,
And he
I get it.
complained the whole time,
I
obviously.
don't complain.
He's like, I don't want to pay for this shit.
I never. He's so fucking. He just made.
But it's true.
No, it's not. I never said I don't want to pay for any shit.
No, you'd like
Because even
somebody.
if I couldn't, I still would never say that.
Yeah, but you give it off that vibe.
No, I just give off the vibe that like my whole thing is I don't like they price these things and they make like these like crazy entrees that you get like these snub, not at a steakhouse per se, but these other high end restaurants. It's like small portions. The food doesn't even look good. It looks like it was like picked off the ocean floor and presented nice. And it's like, oh, this is like magnifique fucking seafood.
I'm sorry, what? What was the word?
What was the gesture as well? If you can just repeat the whole thing, that'd be great.
No, it's good.
I feel
But,
like sometimes I feel like every time I go out and I don't order chicken tenders, I'm only not doing that because of like society.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to seem like they got this like great palate. Like, no,
Yeah.
I know what I like. This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Fucking give it to me.
Well, I like to go if I go out for a big dinner. I don't want to eat like a ton because I don't feel great after it. Like we're all hanging out. Like
Eat a normal meal though. I'm not saying go eat like you have 2 assholes, but like,
I'll
come
get-
on.
I'll get like a petite fillet, and sometimes be like, "You're gonna get like the 6 ounce." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm more about hanging out, having a few drinks, little dinner.
But you do appreciate like a good
Yeah.
cooked meal. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
It's good. It's nice to
Yeah, no, I like that stuff too.
I'm-
I said that in jest, but there definitely are some times like I really wish I could order some chicken tenders right now, and I don't but yeah, I like
that
I
guy
like
who
a nice
doesn't,
I
just
like a
gets
nice meal.
ridiculed. And like,
just
I don't mind
follow
it. I'm
through
just
with
like,
it,
you
yeah.
know what? Fuck
But
it.
he also gets ridiculed because of the way he lives his life. Like if you were out with us
Yeah.
and you're like, I think I'm gonna do the chicken fingers. I'm like, all right, not a bad choice.
But I have to preface it with like, honestly, guys, I'm gonna do. I know it's crazy, but I'm gonna go with the chicken tenders.
If I ordered a steak, everyone would be floored.
Chick lives his life where like people are ready to jump down his throat.
Yeah,
because
Exactly.
because you go after everybody else.
I guess.
So like the second you do something, we're on you.
Oh yeah, no,
You know?
trust me, I get it.
And it's the way it is.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's right.
we always excuse people who don't look like they don't indulge too much. Like if you say like, oh, like yeah, they're having a cheat meal. But if you see somebody who looks like that's all they eat, it's like, oh, fucking course, this guy's eating it. Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about with the high, like I'm talking about like even above a steak
I
restaurant.
know what you're
like those
saying.
things. Like I don't understand what it is about that food that's like appealing or like none of it.
It's
I
an
don't get
experience.
any of it.
It's an experience.
the
You're going
experience.
for like the you talk about, hey, did you like the the squash blossoms on the
The squash blossom.
That's definitely a menu item too. The
Yeah.
squash blossoms.
It's always just like
good band too. I feel like.
fucking some
They
seaweed.
used to open up for the gin blossoms.
That's too. Yeah, it's too on the nose.
You're
I
right.
appreciate that joke, but you should have pulled a better band.
Sorry.
Yeah, Dave Matthews Band. Anything else other than another Blossoms band would have been better.
You're right.
What?
Hey, you were about to say something.
Well, yeah, no.
I told you he forgets everything
No,
he's
I
about
didn't
to
forget.
say.
I was just. But it's like they always use like fucking it's like weird types of seaweed, from,
garnish
like,
and shit.
The garnish they
I don't
use.
like garnish.
I'm not a garnish person.
They just drizzle the balsamic. I need a 1 ounce portion cup.
I just like everything to me is just like fuck this presentation.
I wanted a waffle. They put sugar on top of it.
Well, fancy.
Yeah, it's just like
He don't like fancy.
I'm not meant for fancy things. I'm
No,
like
that's
a fucking,
definitely true.
I'm a peasant who deserves to be treated like one.
Well, you should have a better attitude about yourself. But
I just heard Jay Larson. You know Jay Larson.
I love
right?
Jay Larson.
So he was just on Taste Buds, and he's talking about an idea he had for a restaurant, which I thought was actually really good. It's called basic or bougie, and you can order anything, and you just say I want it the basic style or I want a bougie style. Like if you get an egg sandwich, you can get like just like sloppy, or you can get one that's got like high end shit, and it's like all in the same
I
same
love
place.
that idea.
Yeah, me too. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, I hope that he does this and it becomes a huge chain because I would love that. Because you can
That'd be
go,
amazing.
you can go with him and he can be like, yeah, I'll take the, I don't even know if it was basic, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's like
of
new
course.
age
Bougie or-
automats.
What does that mean?
The automats were those things I've talked about when I
Oh,
watch,
oh,
but
okay.
they were like a place where it was like high end people and like poor people would all go to eat because it was just like I don't know, a convenience thing. But it was
Now,
good
do you
for
know?
both.
Do you guys know the Automats? What he's talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Was there just a documentary on it?
Yeah. You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
It was good,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah,
It's
I
very-
had never heard of it before that. Though.
Neither did I. I never
Yeah.
knew what they were until that. Now I could use it.
It was a chick's pick. Basically, James was what they would. What they were like Cubbies.
They were like
It's like a
Cubbies.
vending machine. type
Vending
of
They were
like-
like
machines.
it was like the vending machines, but you get a full fresh meal. Like it's not like it was microwaved. It's like fresh cooked food.
Okay.
And you would go and it was affordable for everybody, but high class and low class liked it apparently.
Gotcha.
And they would just go to these places and you go and get your meal. They're done now. They don't
So
exist.
so now a place just opened up in Garden City, and I don't remember the name, but I believe it's sort of like the wonton thing that's like
Okay.
pretty popular, but it's that style.
Oh, really?
Where you order online and you get like sort of like I guess like you're opening up an Amazon box
And you go there and pick up
and
your
you
meal.
go up and instead of a dumb thing from Amazon, it's a dumpling.
That's pretty cool though. I like that.
Yeah. And there's
it's
a
no-
bunch of different. We should try that out. We'll try it.
100% try that.
I think it's in Garden City. We'll look. We'll look
it's
it
more
up.
of I feel like it's a more efficient way to do takeout. Personally,
Right.
If it's done right.
If it's done right.
And,
So it's
and
like they took this automat and they just introduced the phones to it, which was
Yes.
like I feel like an inevitability that was going to
Yes.
happen. Yeah.
So I guess if you just download, or I don't know if it's an app, whatever it is, you probably just scan it and boom, out comes your order right there. I think that's a great idea,
it's
Brilliant.
great if the food,
especially
is
this
good.
day and age. Yeah, if the food has to be good.
Food has to be good.
in
Yeah,
Garden
but
City,
yeah,
it's
I
going
would
to be
imagine
It's gonna be
so,
good.
so.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. If it's been open for more than 2 weeks in Garden City, then it's good because
Yeah.
they're not going. They wouldn't put up with anything.
They won't.
Yeah.
They had a barbecue restaurant that I loved that just closed. Mighty Quinn's. You guys know that place?
All right.
Oh, so good.
Irish do barbecue good?
The Irish?
I don't know. Quinn's barbecue. It just seems like it's an oxymoron.
I don't know if oxymoron's the right word, but I know what you
Probably
mean.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why you got to insult the Irish, but
I'm just saying.
I want to know anything about James. This is the first
Yeah.
time I'm meeting James. So Yeah.
We're finally getting to James.
It's totally fine. I'm totally fine with it.
What's your
What's your deal?
story? What brings you to my home?
Why are you in my house?
Good.
No, I've been spent this last year kind of taking my like producing my shows more seriously, like putting like my brand together and really
Okay.
like promoting a lot of stuff. So I had the show that I'm doing next week is like I don't want is the one that really with all my ideas that I had. I'm finally gonna be able to put them all together, and I
Okay.
just wanted to like an opportunity where I can just go on as many different like platforms and just plug it or just kind of get out there a little bit,
Yeah.
rather than just post it every day, boost it on Instagram,
Can't
rinse,
hurt.
repeat.
Yeah.
Like I just so I just kind of. I go through these spikes where I get really excited about shit, and I'm up till 3 a.m. doing it, and then I go through
Yeah.
these lows where I don't
I
want
think anybody
to do
who's
it.
been creative can relate to that. Yeah.
But I set myself up for like, look, I did all the hard stuff for you, man. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta flip the switch. So
Yeah.
like, I would reach out to, people that are trying to like, people that have shows. My friend Chrissy, when I'm like feeling excited about it, it's like, hey, can you put me on for this day? She'll go, yeah. And then I'll be like, well, I'm committed now. If I'm not feeling it, it's already
You
done.
gotta lock in, yeah.
So
So you're telling us that you're not into doing this podcast.
I am so into
A
doing
few
this
months ago,
podcast.
you were like, "We want to do this,"
no.
but now, what show do you got coming
yeah.
up?
It's just one of my Alibi shows. It's called Unmedicated. 'Cause
Oh,
I go
yeah.
I go a little nutty on like the memes and the honesty on like Mental Health Awareness Month. So I just
I
wanna,
like it.
I want to do a show like that, kind of like showcase that a little bit. So I found an interesting smattering of people. Yeah, and it was like the first one that I wanted to like do an Eventbrite. I wanted to boost. I wanted to make it
good.
like QR code. Like I wanted to try to do everything. I had to teach myself a lot of that. I asked a lot of questions, but then again, it's just going through those cycles where I hit a slump where I don't want to do shit for 2 weeks and like all the notes
Yeah.
pile up, and then I have like a very like
To-do list
I have
just
like a
keeps
manic
going.
I have like a manic weekend where I'm just like I'm getting shit done. I'm being productive, and then like
Do you like doing it like that though, or you?
yeah, it's the only way I can do
Okay,
it.
all
It's the
right,
only
no,
I
way.
don't
right.
think he has a choice. I get that way too, like where it's like I'll have like these bursts of like I want to do this and that, and then the next week I'm like, all right, I don't care.
Yeah, I just have these post-its everywhere, just like
Do you switch what you're trying to do creatively, or you're not? You don't feel creative?
I'm
really
always
at all?
switching what I'm trying to do. I tried
So it's-
to do 7 different instruments.
It's hard to gain momentum when you keep switching stuff
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah, but it's fun when you start.
Yeah.
The
Starting
excitement
Starting
is so much fun. Yeah.
about what could happen.
Exactly. And when it doesn't hit immediately, you're
You're
like, fuck
fuck
this.
it.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it also is like and it also works better when it's starting because I feel like the initial when you get from I have no idea what I'm doing to like the initial like it's like a big step and it's like oh wow it's pretty fun and then you hit a plateau and it's like okay I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
remember-
is usually the plateau. Yeah,
I remember, you get so jazzed up when I started comedy. You get business cards and headshots, and you're like websites, and you're like, like 2 months in, and then you see everybody do it, like all new comics do it because it's so exciting. The idea of like, I'm gonna do this. This is great.
Yeah.
And then you look back like 6 years later, you don't have business cards. There's no website, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's just one show to the next. Like maybe something will happen. Who knows? I
the
don't know.
whole business card thing. I remember when I started, like, I had a few people that were like, "You got to do business cards." I'm like, "What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
like hand these out? Like, I'm not a plumber.
Uh-huh.
Like, nobody's gonna be like, where can we get a comic?
You know.
I have this business card
so
of some
emba-
guy I've never seen.
Go to the
before.
pizzeria. My business cards are in the front.
I
It's so
never did
embarrassing.
any of that shit, and it's only because of it's like I only gradually got more on social media because of comedy.
Yeah, you're the
know.
kind of guy that kind of
Like
you like almost don't want to be doing this. It seems you're like I don't know why I'm just producing 8 shows a month now.
I just,
So
I
what-
just, I just, it's, I don't know. I just never got into like. I just don't have the audacity to be like, here, book me. Here's how if I'm available to help you. I never got that. And I guess maybe I'm just not looking to be like this entertainer. Maybe it's not about the entertainment aspect. Maybe it's.
Well, so what is it for you?
I don't know. It's freeing. It's just very freeing. It's
Good
like
for you.
it's a
Just
it's a
keep the audience in
self-expression.
mind every once in a while, though. Keep the audience in mind every once in a while, though. Make sure.
I do my very best. I really do. Like I've been taking like serious like over the course of the 5 years I've been doing it. I've been getting like consistent advice from like the same like many people telling me the same thing. So it was always slow down because I always talk too fast. But then
Yeah.
like for a long time, someone would tell me like you just gotta let it simmer. you know, because I would step on my own laughs and whatnot. So now I slowly learn to like keep in that energy now.
Yeah.
So I'm slowly, you know, a year and a half later, like getting to the tip that I was given, you know.
Yeah, advice is a funny thing though, because there's good advice, and there's also people who just they try to make you do the thing that they feel like they should be doing. Because there's comics that talk fast. Like, yeah, talking slow is a great way to gain the room's confidence, and it seems like you really are owning the room when you're talking slow. You're confident. Like, not like letting silence go is a great way to show the room like and then looking like you're comfortable is a great way to like let the room know I'm supposed to be up here. I'm good up here. But there's also comics who talk fast, and that's part of the thing. So it's like if you're somebody who talks
You're
fast,
a fast talker, right?
yeah, I am a fast talker. Not on stage, I wasn't not usually. I think when I would talk fast, it was because I was nervous. I was talking
Yeah.
fast, and when I would do it more often, and when I was like more comfortable, I was much slower. So I'm not. That's not my preference, but I know I know comics who talk fast, and that's kind of like it's like that's what they do, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot of times it comes from nerves, and sometimes it is good advice, but also, you know. Also
I guess you gotta just
stay-
pick and choose the advice you take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
if I'm
know?
like
does it work for me? And,
right, and in a weird way, like who's supplying it, like you got to take
That's
that.
true.
Well, I
into
was just gonna say
consideration.
where the advice is coming
like-
from to me is a big deal.
What's funny was I did Broken Mike like 2 weeks ago, and you know it was Tony Walker, it was Rob White, and it was Joe Pontillo, right? And like I know the guys, so I just did like my 3 minutes, and when I was done, they were like, "Oh, really? That you're great," but and all Tony was like, I'd slow it down a little bit. You just kind of talk a little too fast. And then Rob, who talks like a lunatic, also
Yeah.
said whatever he said. And then Joe Pontillo was just like, who talks very fast. He's like, I don't think you talk too fast at all. Screw him. Doesn't matter what they want to do. Basically, it's just like talk as fast as you want, dude. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm like, all three separately sound advice.
Yeah.
So when the time's right to lock into the Joe advice, I'll just think that,
So when you produce these shows, do you host them? Do you?
I try my best not to put myself on any of them. Occasionally, I'll host them, but I won't. I don't
Well,
put
you always
myself on
put
them.
yourself on as a guest spot.
I stopped doing that for a while, but every once in a while, if people show up specifically to see me, then I feel bad. Then I'll put myself on for a few minutes. But if I have like a very this show's going great, and I don't need to be a part of this, like it's fine because down the line I don't want to have to be on every single one.
Do you find yourself wanting to be more of a backstage, putting them together and being in the scene, but not necessarily going up?
Yeah, without having to host.
Yeah.
Like I
get
like
it.
that. Like I
Do
offer.
you not like to host?
No. I enjoy. I still love hosting, but in that room now with at Alibi, because it's like I'm responsible for like all this other stuff now. So I'd rather not have anything to worry about. So I'd rather just be.
Yeah. Well, you also work there, so
Right. No, but at the same time, like if I gotta stop making drinks with this, some shit going on. Like I can't be tied up in
yeah.
that kind of thing. That's why so
get
many people like when I'm working there, when they give me a guest spot, it's just like, listen, I just gotta hijack the list because I might be busy when you need me. So
Yeah.
If you're gonna put the time to produce the show, you should be giving yourself a spot, even if it's 5
minutes.
5 minutes.
I mean,
You deserve
I
it.
agree,
and
but
you're
not
you're
if he
funny
doesn't
too.
want to, though.
I
And
know, but like,
And
it's-
even if you're just hosting, or if you just do 5 minutes like of crowd work, and you just work on being comfortable on holding a microphone. Like I hate crowd work, but I always wanted to get better at it. So like if I just spent 5 minutes being like just fucking around with the audience, just to
Yeah.
get better at that, you do something with
Would
it.
you ever open up every one of them and then disappear, like not host, not necessarily be the first, but almost like, what the host does in the beginning and he does his set, almost do that and then not host the rest of it? You know what I mean? Like,
That
bring
would
up
make
the
sense.
I don't
first-
really do any. I mean,
So you don't have to worry about the rest of the night.
Some nights I bring on the host. Like some nights,
Yeah,
it's all really
almost
kinda
bringing
depends.
on the
Some
host,
nights
yeah.
I bring on the host where like, but it's rarely. I'm not really consciously doing material. I'm just like, just thank you for the crowd, thank you for the this, thank you for the that, and then like if something happens to happen, like it's normally me just like heckling the crowd into sitting down. It's normally me just trying to corral them in. And that's more or less what that is. And then I bring on, whoever the host is, and then I kind of let it go. I don't really do like time up front.
Yeah, no, I
I
get
don't know.
it.
I just feel like it's but then that's it. And then
I like standing back. and
sometimes I just send the host out. I go, do your thing. It's yours. It's your show now.
I think that's a great for you, a way to do it if you want. You don't want to be on every show that you host, like that you run. Like I think just stepping back and just kind of putting things together is equally satisfying if it's a good show.
Yeah, honestly, and it's like that's becoming more a part of it. But like to me, it's always about putting people on, though.
All right,
It's
Either way, whatever
always
your-
about
whatever
it's
your
always
motivation.
about the
Yeah.
but my contribution to the people. Like
Yeah.
that's what I kind of prioritize it still. But
I would never produce a show and not have myself on there. I'm too much. I need.
I know
it.
like Steven would do that, but he would produce so many shows, and like a lot of the same people would like come up.
That's the problem.
So,
Yeah.
after a while, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
maybe I would, but yeah.
well, that's beneficial. There's like a pool of people to pick from. There's so many people that we can. And honestly, at Alibi, I produce one. And then I have other people booked. They're booking the rest
They
of
book
them,
the
so
people,
so
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have to worry about it. So
That's a
you can
good way
have
to do
comics
it.
that might be in Alibi 3 weekends in a row, just on 3 different shows. Just happens to work out that way.
And it's also cool about that too, though, that you want to put people on, is that you could almost become a place or a show that's like, this is a show that's known for comics, that we trust the person who's booking them, that they're going to be good. Like, it's going to be a good show. So, you know what? I'll give these first timers or whoever, people I've never heard of, a shot. And like that becomes your thing. It's like,
That's exactly what I'm trying to build over
you know
there
what I'm saying?
on,
Like,
on Sundays.
like
It's
the,
exactly.
when people used to get on the Carson show and like,
Right.
you're that guy.
Well,
not-
there's been shows like that. Like I'm thinking in the city, there's famous nights of comedy that just became famous because people booked good comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was like Hot Soup. I remember like Hot
I
Soup.
remember Hot Soup.
And
Mark
there was
Norman,
one
right?
at UCB. Yeah. So these shows became famous just because people were very picky about who they let perform in these shows, and it was like they were sold. It was just like a bar show. I saw it like I actually did it once when it was an Irish Exit,
Yeah.
and it was just like a bar show, but it would pack out every week because people could trust. Oh, they book great comics.
Well, once you
So-
go to a place and there's a comic that you're like, why is this guy on? That place loses all credit. I don't care if it's like if you're a patron going
Yeah.
somewhere. Once you go somewhere and somebody's not funny and you're like, all right, this is like,
Sometimes I'll see a flyer for a show of comics that I knew at one point, and I think to myself, well, that's an audience full of people that never go to another comedy show.
well,
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a
That's what I'm
lot.
saying. It's a big
Yeah.
turnoff. So if you're picky about who you're putting onto it, then the people can trust that, oh, this guy's running the show. It's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when
Gotta
you
have
can really
integrity.
ruin it by putting somebody
But
terrible
it's
on
hard because sometimes you meet people and you're friends with them and you like them as people, but
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want to put you on my show because I want to build something great here, and you don't fit that bill. So how do you tell somebody that you really like as a person, and you're like maybe you're just not like you're not my thing. So
Yeah.
I just don't want to put you on my show. I think good luck, you're great, but I'm trying to build a brand here. Like
There's no
that's a
easy
tough.
way to say that. though.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. At some point, you have to realize if you want to do something that you can't worry about, and I don't want to say you don't have to be an asshole like necessarily I'm a dick, but like you could still do things and be like, listen, you maybe in a couple years, or you're not there yet, or
Yeah.
listen,
Like-
if people's feelings get hurt. Sometimes you need a smack in the face, one, to make you realize that maybe I should step up a little bit.
Yeah, but they
Two-
used to be part of the game. Like that's
Yeah, but so-
I went to like the comic strip live, like the lottery, like 3 years in a row. I didn't even
Nah.
didn't even care that I existed. Like
Yeah.
I've been turned down. So, but it's because that's a club with it's a bit of a established club, so you expect to hear that from those people kind of places.
Yeah.
But if you're talking to somebody that you're like kind of friendly with, and they say, you're not ready yet, then you take it. It's like you take it personally. It's like,
Yeah.
but we're friends.
That's why there's
I know
got
we're
to be a
friends.
middleman.
or
Yeah.
like a level
Talk
of
to my guy.
like a level of closeness. I think.
That's
Like
true, yeah.
I'd be comfortable telling somebody, listen, not for nothing, I don't think, but I'd be ready to come with some advice on how to get
there.
there.
Yeah, like,
Anyone else that kind of knows me or casual, I easily can just say like, you're on the list, like because I do have a running list of people that I want
That's
to
a
get new
great
every
way to
single
put it.
time.
You're on the list.
it's
You're
a
on the
long,
list.
it's a long
But, like,
list.
then
But
there's
I'll
people
trust
like-
you, Jen.
There's
Like,
people like
check, you are on my list.
yeah, but then there's certain people that like
I'm on everybody's list.
I'm not telling
like,
you
there's
which
like
one.
certain people where like I cycle through like every month or whatever. Hey, you available for these, whatever, and then someone new would come along that I just really like. I'm like, all right, you jump the list. Screw all these
Yeah, of
guys. Like,
course.
I want you on right away.
Yeah, because
the
you want to get like
boss,
a
you know?
new guy that's
It's like that's like
working hard,
and
you know?
he's like riding off that energy. Like he's been doing
Or
well.
girl.
You're watching him do.
course.
You're watching them kill it. Mike's
It's
like,
nice to
you
be
know,
the boss,
so.
the producer, man. Do whatever the fuck
It's,
you
just
want.
it's a nice gesture to just be able to come up to someone and be like, hey, can you want to be on the show? You want this? So
I'm jealous of your beard. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah.
Dude, I was looking at that the other night. I was like, mine doesn't look. Ever
His
since
piece isn't there again, so
ever
he's
since
throwing
I
it back, and
shaved.
he's so jealous.
I'm at a point where I'm supposed to get a trim like a week ago.
yeah,
I have a point where I know where if it touches my collar, it's getting there. And
Yeah.
so when it starts to like bell out a little bit, that's when I gotta go.
You're
I
at a
gotta
good size too, where it's not disgustingly big, but it's not.
right, but
Yes.
it's getting there. And with every temperature, it pops up out there.
Yeah.
The humidity, bro. I am a fright. Oh man, I am a. Oh, it is brutal. It is brutal in like the humidity. You saw. What did I look like during those Music on Mains?
Oh my god,
We're out there. I'm
yeah.
selling beer in like
You're
90-degree weather. I got a bandana and
He's always
and
has
I'm just like
towel just wiping. The
yeah,
sweat.
just layers of and then my beard's just like a
Yeah.
bird's nest next to another bird's nest. It's just insane.
Well, it looks great.
But thank you. Yeah, I gotta go see my my Dominican.
You go to a guy.
Yeah, I got a Dominican now, Marco.
Yeah.
He cuts me up nice. No, he really does, and
gotta do
he's
it.
been giving me a good fade lately too. So
Yeah?
I just kind of, and yeah, I kinda,
Mine just would never do that.
Are you giving it time though?
Yeah, it doesn't grow.
How
that way.
long?
I gave it like 8 months,
Oh, 8 months.
7 months. But
What's
it's just,
the longest it's ever
but
been?
then I've had to like trim it, and it just always like I guess not 8 months because I would trim it back to it didn't look crazy. I didn't just let it grow for 8 months. I
So
would,
you have to just
trim
let
it.
gotta
go.
go through ugly phases.
yeah, that's what I have a hard time with.
Even if you get like some oil or whatever, that'll help train it to like fall.
the
Oil.
Train it a little bit.
What's it fall? Nice.
Yeah.
Little beard butter.
But look how quick you shaved. What, a few months ago?
This morning.
Use that.
No,
use
no.
the.
When was the
He
when,
shaved before
when
before we
did
got
you
here.
fuck up and have to shave your face?
2 days before Super Bowl. So
but
February.
look how quick. You know how long it would take me to even
well,
approach that thickness?
I've trimmed it.
I'd have to be lost
It
on an
wouldn't.
island for fucking
It
3
would
years
not.
before it would
It
come
would.
that much.
It would not.
B, I've gone like at least a month without shaving, and I don't even come close to that.
A month
And
is
it's
nothing.
just gross. But I don't want to have a beard. Not. It looks great. I don't want that. I like what I have.
I've used the. I got the Rosy Bubbles beard butter.
Oh, how's her?
It feels nice.
Dude, I'm loving her soap.
Yeah.
I'm loving her soap.
Stop
I'm using.
calling her like it's a thing, like it's a female. It's a soap.
No, it's Rosy Bubble
Rosy
soap.
Bubbles soap.
You
Oh,
have the
Rosie,
soap too.
Rosy Bubbles. I love her soap.
He's such an idiot.
I didn't know what we were talking about at Frank. It went right over my
You
head.
never do. That's
Yeah,
the
I got
problem.
I
some,
bought soap. I made B buy her soap.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
buy him soap.
You didn't buy me. I fucking paid for my soap. Everybody thinks that
Do you
B
like
just pays
do you
for
like that
fucking everything.
like the lumpy soap like at first before you get some uses into it and like all that type of soap that that comes just like cut. Normally you
I
used
like
to
it. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I love the smell of it. There's one that had a nut in it that I gave to somebody else because I have a nut allergy.
nut allergy. Yeah.
So I got rid of that one, but the rest are great.
Yeah.
I
I recommend her beard butter.
I'll try her
smell-
beard
like,
butter
yeah,
too. Yeah, I'm
like
gonna re up on the soap soon. So I'll definitely do the beard butter. What's the smell of the beard butter? I like a good smell.
I don't know. I haven't used it in a while. I
Okay.
forget. Yeah.
Because I used to go to CVS. They would have this, I forget the name of it, but it was like a perfect consistency beard butter. That it wasn't too thick, wasn't too thin, and it was great. And they don't sell it anymore.
I've just been putting coconut butter on my whole head when I get out of the shower.
Are you?
Yeah. So I put it on I put it on my head, my face. I just like.
What does it do? What coconut butter's like a big thing.
Yeah, it just feels good. I feel like I don't want my head to peel. Like I'm out in the sun all day.
Yeah.
So I just oil it up.
My head, I don't know. I've always had there was a time when I first shaved my head that I used, I forget what it was. My head was like shiny, and I'm like, I look like Mr. Like I can't do this anymore.
You put
I
like a
look
product on it?
It was like to get because when I first started shaving my head, it was super dry, and
Oh,
I had
okay.
to like almost train your scalp. And now it's like I don't put anything on it, and it feels great. I love my head.
You look great.
I love my head.
It's the best,
We all-
one of the only best parts of my body is my
It's
bald head.
Yeah, it's the best quality.
That and my calves.
Fat people always love their calves. What is that?
Because they got
tell me
well-defined fucking calves.
They
They gotta
do.
carry their fat
Carry that
asses
weight
around
around,
like it's
yeah.
freaking.
Like this is the only part of my body. I mean, I can't even.
Oh,
get this out, but look
it's
at
so
that. It's
gross.
nice,
Look
solid.
at that.
Oh, that's my ankle.
Yeah, it's nice.
I
He
didn't say
doesn't
my
have a good
ankle's
ankle.
great.
Nice calves.
Oh, shut up.
The
It's the
skin
only
isn't
two
great.
parts of my body that I'm like, oh, it's not out of shape and it's not
Your head and your calves.
gross.
Yeah.
What about you, B? What do you like
top of
about
my
your
head
My
body?
and my
favorite part of my
calves.
body?
Yeah.
Recently, not a lot. I like my hands sometimes.
Oh, me too. That's my favorite part of my body. is my
I
hands.
hate my hands.
Yeah, I don't like your hands either.
James, you have a favorite part of your body?
My eyebrows.
Yeah, you got nice.
I find that to be my most. I find that to be my most prominent feature.
That's a good one.
That's my third feature.
Yeah,
the
look-
beard
yeah.
now, but the eyebrows really for
I like
a
my
long
eyebrows,
time,
too.
like kind of.
I've never had to
Propelled.
touch my eyebrows once in my life, and they look fantastic.
Oh no, mine's wiry. Mine's wiry as hell. It's like the rough side of Velcro. Like gets all
really?
fucked up. I have to literally like trim. Like is
You
it
do
some?
it yourself?
Yeah, I don't.
What do they call that? Threading your eyebrows? What is that?
No. I just have like. I either have to try to recurl it back, or I just take like the little beard scissors and just trim them because I
Gotcha,
may as well
gotcha.
because it's not happening. It's like it's not happening.
Yeah. I've never once had to cut an eyebrow. That's my third favorite feature.
What's your fourth?
I don't know if I have
That's
a
it.
fourth.
We
Right now
run-
I have
Top 5
three.
body features. Let's go around
His
the horn.
left elbow.
Yeah.
I hate my elbows. I got crusty elbows.
Oh yeah,
I
I've
got
seen you.
dry
You're-
elbows.
He's got like purple elbows.
Not like crusty. They're just dry. It's like eczema on my elbows.
yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. Ryan, what's your favorite body part?
My hands.
It's
Yeah,
your
my
hands too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not your
Yeah.
feet.
No, not my feet. No, no. My hands and my penis is a close second.
Yeah, that's good. Good for you.
I don't mind my penis. I don't really. I
It's
wouldn't
the
say
other
it's like.
people that mind.
I would say it's not one of my favorites, but it's not like it's.
Yeah.
I'm not insecure about it. It is what it is.
It is what it
He
is.
does his job.
He does his job. Oh God. Good for you, chick.
I used to be concerned when you're young and you're masturbating and you like it a lot and you start to question like, do I like a hand on my penis or do I like a penis in my hand? Yeah.
So that's the big conundrum.
Yeah. What's exciting me right now?
For me, it was always the hand.
I actually was saying if you. I was funny today because we were talking about. I had a fucking interesting day at work, but we were talking about jerking off.
What?
Because I feel like everything that we brought up in this fucking conversation today, I was discussing. At
By the way,
work.
that's the soundbite you put before one of the baby cries in the beginning.
Yeah.
Where we were having a discussing about jerking off.
You just try numbing your hand, and it feels like somebody else is doing it. But yeah,
Yeah.
forget it. Just keep going. Next.
That was
what
yeah.
else
That
we
was,
got?
that was in like a movie like years ago. They talked
Yeah,
about
that was
that?
yeah.
They call it the
That's like, there's
stranger.
like a name of it. The stranger.
Stranger.
Yeah.
You
Sit on your hand.
Yeah.
That's what that's called. I never heard that.
You think the guys that
I didn't think I
that
thought of
you-
it. No,
that
we
you
didn't.
work
I didn't think we
just
made up.
thought about this?
No, I was saying we were talking about it, like
Yeah.
it was brought up in discussion. But I didn't know that was a nickname for it.
the Phantom?
I didn't know that.
Come on.
Then they talk about getting to second base. Like, you went to your fucking treehouse. Like, what the hell?
That's why I
What goes on
realized
in
as
that
I was
job?
coming out, I'm like, this isn't gonna come off right in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Gone in 60 Seconds. I think maybe it was the movie.
Was it Gone in
I think
60
I think it
Seconds?
was the
So
first time I heard it.
explain.
Yeah.
You sit on your hand till, it, like in theory, goes numb,
All
and
right.
then you.
So what we're gonna do is you're gonna sit on my hand, and by the time we get the chick's pics, I'm gonna jerk off, and it's gonna. I'm not gonna know who's doing it.
So what I wanted to know.
I'm gonna
more-
spontaneously combust by the second chick pic,
Anyway,
which I usually
anywho.
do. Which I usually do. Tell us about. Can I steer something your way?
Sure.
I think he has anger issues. I think he's got anger issues.
God.
I don't think you think positive enough.
Where's this coming from?
The text that I got from you. You got into a fight with a guy yesterday
Was it
in a parking
It
lot.
was just a dispute.
You don't have to say what you called them, but like it didn't get great. And I feel like Chick got into an argument in a parking lot yesterday. Both these guys apparently were pulling out.
I don't want him ruining what happened because I don't trust his way of saying it. If you know you did something wrong in the car and you give the
I'm on your side. I am on your side.
So me and this guy were both about to back out, and he started first. I didn't notice. Then I started to back out. This guy starts yelling, and I originally put my hand up. Sorry, my fault. Didn't see you.
Good move.
The guy continues to yell at me.
Yeah.
I
He's,
lost
he's
it.
immediately in the wrong at that point.
Exactly. And I'm not saying I'm happy how I conducted myself, but I lost it, and I called him a couple
Expletives.
Told him to shut the fuck up. Like I went off on this guy.
Yeah.
And we were just like I was screaming at him in the parking lot. I wasn't wrong, but I tried to, I lost it. You're right.
I'm on your side.
Issues.
I'm on your side with this because I don't like the way that guy handled it. But I feel like at a certain point in this argument is just two men yelling at each other, but really yelling at themselves because they really just don't like themselves. That's why they're blasting off. This guy couldn't even take responsibility with the fact that you said you were right. He can't like all right, accept that you were
Except
admitting.
that I admitted I was wrong.
Yeah, I just feel like there's too much anger with
Yeah,
you.
I do have anger.
Here's the cheat. People get more angry when you don't get angry. If somebody's yelling at you and you go, "What's the matter, sweetie? You upset? What's going on in your life?" Because it's not this, right? If you ask them, "What's happening in your life?" Because you're upset about something else. It couldn't possibly be this, sweetie. Call them sweetie a lot. Smile
I
at
called
them.
this guy a tough guy, but I was an effing tough guy, angry.
Right. So, but then now you're two dogs yelling at each other. Nothing's getting done.
Yeah.
If you want to really make them angry, show them that he's not getting to you. People want to get to you. If he's getting to you, then he's winning. The moment they realize this guy is calm as can be and I'm not getting to this guy, you're the winner.
Yeah.
You can walk away and you walk away being like your temperature's not even, your heart rate's not going.
You know what my issue is?
I 100% agree with that way to approach it.
And I don't
That would
disagree with
upset him more, and it's so true. The fact that it got you so nuts, he just drove away. He's like, all right, good. Now that guy...
He feels like
People that get so angry...
You want to know what the thing that's weird with me is, and
do I?
I could be that irate in 1 second, and then literally
Forget it in the next month.
And
We know that.
I walked right into a CVS and had a pleasant conversation trying to sell in whatever I was doing for work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it doesn't. I will text about it just because I like to tell people what's going on. But the anger, it's like the guy left. 20 seconds after, I'm good.
That's because your brain works in such a way that it forgets what happens 20 seconds.
It can't create new memories or emotions. It's just
I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
We were on the way here. James was able to witness. We were in the middle of talking, having a story, and he just sees a story. He's like, Gothic furniture. You see that everywhere, don't you? I'm like, what? And then by the time I'm a mile down the road, he has no idea what he just said. I've never seen anybody that just blasts off and then forgets what just happened.
There's no internal monologue at all.
Nothing at all.
Well, there is, but
No,
a lot
there
of times
isn't.
that internal monologue's you need to get out external.
I need to get this Gotham furniture thing out.
Yeah.
You have to say it.
Well, that's what a lot of times I busted chops about the podcast because sometimes there'll be a conversation going and he'll see something he'll see in the television it's a river, right? And but rivers remind me of the time I went. It's like what? There's no. He's never in the conversation.
Yeah.
He's always on his way out.
I
Right?
am always in the conversation, but I like to look forward to the next conversation.
No. I know what you're saying. What we're hearing is just the tail end of it. To us, that was just it blurting out. But now he was just we're filled to capacity. It's speaking room only. And now we just got to blast it out.
Whatever we're talking about is not what he's listening
The
to.
river was the end of the story. He was
Yeah.
somewhere else.
He's involved in his own head with something.
think he's pretty engaged in the conversation.
And
I'm
invites us.
not- yeah.
And invites us.
You're only
along
4
for-
episodes in. Wait,
Yeah.
give us a
And
month.
I'm not saying I've never seen it. I'm just saying for the most part he seems pretty engaged.
And listen, I have ADD. Listen, it happens.
Oh, blame your sickness.
But there are more times in this podcast, and B knows it to be true, where he's checked out of a conversation because of his lack of interest than I have. And he knows that.
Well,
If
that-
somebody came on
yeah.
and you have no interest in what they're talking about,
yeah, I'll just.
you
I'll just-
can't fake it.
Yeah.
I can fake and maybe sound like an idiot, but you can't.
No, I can't.
So I like to think that, yeah, I'm pretty engaged most of the time, but I just occasionally will blurt out something that seems like I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. No, I will. Like I don't follow politics at all. So if we get like in a deep politic hole, I just lose. That's one part of my
But
brain.
we don't talk
No,
politics.
I know we don't because I lose my. I
But
can't.
no, but we don't even. I'm talking about anything that you don't have interest in. You will check out. Like I don't like to think that. Like I don't think I check. I'm pretty engaged, and you are too. But you're more likely to check out of a combo than me. I just sometimes may not absorb everything.
You don't absorb a lot though.
That's not true. Whatever.
To
It's
each his own.
not necessarily false, but it's like a half truth.
All right. Well, yeah, this podcast is built on half truths. I guess.
What I want to know is more about your mental awareness show, and so how does that work? That you're doing it, like you're trying to focus on that. There's more comics who are like,
Just little wacky. Maybe wear it on their sleeves. You know,
Okay,
just
all
wanna,
right.
you
That's
know,
all I
they-
was-
you
That's
know,
the lineup. There's like people who are a little bit.
little like they're not. Yeah, they're still odd. You know.
Okay.
Like not like oddities or something like that. It's like you know, just people that I've known also are just like proponents of the cause just by whether it's whether it's what their material. It's not just this one's fucking you know what I'm saying, this one's bipolar as fuck. No,
Get an
it's
extra
like
spot?
it's like they've like they have no problem talking about it or displaying it or you know
I'm excited that I want to go to this.
on whatever platform when they have it, you know. So it's that kind of like lineup that I have.
That's cool.
So yeah, so
And I love anything you do with mental awareness from your Facebook posts. As you know, I'm always a big fan to
He
everything.
loves your Facebook.
it's just it goes
It's
off the
just-
rails.
You had one
sometimes.
today
It's like-
that I think it was today. or
the
at least I
depression
saw it.
helmet?
Yes,
Yo,
the
dude-
depression helmet
dude, so-
was fucking hysterical.
I had that
depression
saved
helmet.
since like April because like I knew from May I would need to have a bunch
Is
of
that
shit
a real
stacked.
thing?
Dude, it doesn't matter. I
That's
just
why I was
screenshotted it and saved it. Like it was like
What is it?
it was just like it's just a picture of like some girl looks like she's like got like this helmet on. Like imagine like the same technology that like if you're getting like a CAT scan or something, but it's a helmet.
Oh, geez.
And it just says, you know, this could, you know, cure your depression or something like that. And it was like, are you okay? It's like me wearing a depression helmet. Yeah, I'm just tired. Like,
yeah, he just said I'm tired, and he's got a depression helmet on.
just he's got a depression helmet on. Like it's just like,
dying. I was literally dying when I saw it, and that's why. And I feel
You
like
were-
it's just not things that everybody will
I
like.
would love it if you showed up to this podcast with a depression helmet.
oh man.
Just trying some new things, all right? My mental health
But
isn't
his
there.
comment too was like, "This is fine," and like, that's what I'm just dying from it. And it's all the time about those, and I just appreciate that humor. And it's something that not I don't want to say most, but not everybody gets or understands.
Yeah.
So these are just memes that you're finding and sharing.
Just in the wild and sharing, but I kind of like it's like I keep it. Some of them are not always pleasant. Some of them are going to get a little dark because it's
Okay.
not always.
You're a meme curator.
I'm a curator. That
You're a
is, yeah. I'm
curator,
a
yeah,
trafficker and curator,
Yeah.
exactly. And I put the choice ones on display every May. You know,
Okay.
it's by around day
Wait,
12.
what is May? Is May like
It's
a
mental
month?
health. It's mental health awareness month.
Oh,
so
okay.
I make sure to do like a daily one. You know, like,
Oh.
and I really kind of like find like the good ones. And it's always by like the 12th or 13th day that a few friends will start reaching out to me and be like, "You're
Are you
right. I'm a
okay?"
little worried." I'm like, "I'll be fine." Oh, let's stop. Like,
I used to put up troubling posts on Facebook where it was
Yeah.
like, fuck everybody, and then I would get texts from people. It's like, "Are you okay?" I wouldn't do the memes like that, but I should have probably took that avenue
Yeah,
as
you should have went
opposed
to memes.
as opposed to just out of nowhere some fucking cryptic, angry Facebook post of like, what?
Here's my issue with memes. I love memes. I think they're hilarious. Sometimes I'm annoyed at how funny memes are because I'm always like, God, some people are so funny, and it's almost like it's almost too it's too accessible
to
to meme.
computer doing it.
Yeah. I don't share memes only because I feel like I am somebody who occasionally is trying to be funny, and I'm trying to create funny content. I have another page like that I post. I try to make memes, and like I
do?
I toyed around with making memes for a while on my other Instagram page, but I've made a few. But I would also just like make videos of me saying funny things or things that I thought were humorous. But I feel like if you're sharing memes that you didn't make, sometimes I'm always like, well, who wrote that? Because I love to give credit for jokes. So I'm always like, if I don't know who originally came up with that, I'm not sharing that because I want the person who was like, that's funny, and the person who thought of that should get credit for it. So I'm always hesitant to like.
Yeah, more often than not, like if I see something on Instagram,
Yeah.
like I'm more active on Facebook than Instagram, but like if I see it on Instagram, I'll always crop it where it's there. It's the person's tweet or it's their person, whatever. I never just like blot it out like it's their own. I try to make sure that any whatever first generation, because with all the reshares, whatever.
I have my problem is there must be a lot of dumb people who follow me because sometimes I'll get people comment like, "Oh, that's really funny," or like they react as if I wrote it. So I'll have to stop and be like, I can't like that wasn't mine.
The fat Jewish guy
he got
like
in trouble for
like
stealing.
he got way into
What,
into
for
that.
sharing memes?
Yeah, because he made a whole career out of it.
And he wasn't crediting anybody.
But if you're not crediting them, I guess you're still trying to go off that maybe you made it up. I go, but are you really like? Is it obvious that he's sharing? I don't know. I didn't really follow him.
Well, that's the problem. There's a lot of idiots that don't
think
realize
he's
the
different.
difference.
And then they think that he's this guy. Oh my God,
If it doesn't show like the person's name, where like James has like what it comes from, but there's certain people that will just take verbatim of what another person said.
And if you're just like, as they call it, pedestrian, which I don't like that term, but like a non-comic, share like you don't like. I don't care. Like share whatever you want. It doesn't matter for credit. But if somebody who's like trying to make a living off of being funny, like you should try to at least credit where that joke came from. You know,
definitely,
in my opinion.
What memes? Most. Because I see where he's coming from, but what memes to me, most people don't even like. People create them and just send them out there. Don't even want like. And I get it. Like,
I don't think. I think anybody who makes it, they would love to have the credit for the joke.
I guess
it's just to get sometimes it's literally just a screenshot that's not credited, or somebody rewrites it and they post it to their Twitter and it's not credited. So it's just.
I would be considered a pedestrian in this, but I don't really share too much stuff. But I love memes.
I love memes. I follow some good funny meme accounts, but I always try to follow ones that credit the original post of it. Which is why I like videos, like when you make a TikTok or something like that, because if you're saying it, you can still steal the idea. You can steal the premise of what you're saying, but it's not as easy. You have to put your face out there to be like, you can't just screenshot it and share it.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, we are on TikTok. Did we tell people that?
Oh no, the Adult Babies is on TikTok. Yeah,
Adult Babies is back on TikTok. Well, for the first time, I guess.
Yeah,
we've never been on TikTok.
We put videos up there.
I was surprised.
Put videos on your personal page of us. We've never been on.
I was surprised that Adult Babies was available. Just TikTok at Adult Babies.
And you know what's weird now? Like I'm looking up Adult Babies, and there's a lot of Adult Babies, the diaper shit that shows up. Have you noticed that?
No.
That's what
I'm
it
like,
is.
oh my God.
Our first episode, Ryan, that we ever put out. God, how many? It was like 1,000 listens. I'm talking about like right off the bat, like we knew this wasn't accurate, and
because
it was all people thinking that we were fucking gonna be wearing diapers and
shitting
like,
yourself talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we got some DMs with like people that like with men wearing diapers. Yeah.
We still get those.
Yeah, we'll get them.
We have one person
gotta,
that
like,
sends us religiously.
You gotta
Why
make
don't
like a collection of them, and
well, we still
have
have
them.
it. Yeah,
We
Big
have them.
stopped me from
no,
deleting.
I mean
it.
like make a day where we you guys like really.
Why aren't we
blur a
leaning
lot
into
of
it? Why aren't we leading into it? Why aren't we doing this in diapers?
Well, now that you're here, that you could lead us to the promised land.
Yeah.
I mean, for views at this point in my life, I might be like, I don't have to work a day job. If I can make millions wearing a
I
diaper,
have no shame.
I would do it in a second.
No, we've lost our shame 2 years
I
ago.
would probably be like, all right, I'm doing it. It's my
2
thing.
years ago. I listen. I'll wear a diaper and sit on chick's head at this point. I don't give a shit.
Which you require your guests to.
But you want
Like
Maybe
with-
that's what we do.
with that what you do.
Like, all right, you want to come on the podcast? All right, here's the thing.
You gotta wear.
You got to wear a diaper. We're gonna be fully clothed, but you have to wear a diaper. All right. That's the way this is gonna work.
and sit in a playpen.
Yeah. you have to sit with
We give you
colorful
like a
balls.
big bonnet. Like,
But if you steal the idea, give me credit. You know what I mean? Don't be stealing my diaper bit.
and now that's merch.
That'd be our
That's merch.
Chick was asking me if I wanted a logo. Like you guys have those cute little logos.
And that's why I wanted to ask you because I just didn't want to
He's
assume.
obsessed with this.
Well, my
So-
whole thing is if you're on the show and this is like where that's us. He's us now. He should be
Yeah.
on it. That's just my thought process.
Yeah, I'm into it. But here's my thing. So the adult babies is great. You guys like you're adults who
You
act
don't really
like babies.
fit the mold.
No, I don't think.
He lives in a basement.
Yeah, I do live in it. Well, yeah. But I think there's like a kind of a turn on that I kind of fit. So I felt like I've felt like an adult ever since I was a baby. So I feel like I've always been an adult. Like when I was a baby, I was an adult because I never had
You're
much
like
of an
the
interest.
reverse.
I never had much of an interest in childlike things. Yeah. Like even when I was a kid, I would like kids would be playing. I'd be sitting at the adult table, just like listening, but like way super interested in like the adult conversation. So I am an adult baby. So I thought maybe I should be like a little baby, but in a tux.
I'll put you in whatever you are our producer. I do like that. The baby.
At least we need to get your name up there for Christ's sake.
I could do that. Well, who drew that? Did you draw that? Who
I
drew
got
that?
a guy years ago. This has been going on for a long time. So
5 years ago.
Because
Yeah,
you've had
so-
to update it every once in a while.
I gotta find the guy. It's like a friend of a friend that like
yeah.
reached out when we were
Yeah.
gonna do this.
We were lucky enough that Taylor quit soon enough that we
Still had-
still knew the guy.
Yeah.
That he was able to update it when we did with the
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll
get it done.
we'll get you in there.
If anybody knows how to recreate what we have, feel
who
free to
knows how
let
to
us know.
recreate?
I could probably recreate
feel like
my
you
name.
know
I
how
could
to
recreate
recreate
my
one.
name. I don't know that I could recreate the drawing.
Okay,
of
the
it.
name was.
Yeah.
We'll get the
start
name. Let's start with the name.
Yeah.
and then we'll work on you in a little suit. Do you like Boss Baby?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe that's not a good idea. just put me in a onesie and let's keep it moving.
Yeah, you're boss baby.
Yeah.
What color
But it
onesie
could be a
would you take?
tuxedo onesie, like
Yeah.
like instead of like the wedding, like the tuxedo shirt.
We could
do a little tuxedo onesie.
shirt.
Yeah.
What kind of onesie? What color would you go?
I have to sleep. I have to sleep on that. It's a big decision. Yeah.
What color bow tie?
I think you should do purple.
Oh, that's funny. Tell them why. That's
Is that
so
an inside
funny.
joke?
Yeah, it is. But we'll explain it. A friend of the podcast, Pat Dunn. You know Pat. We all know Pat. I think Pat thought he was going to be the third baby for a while, right?
Well, I don't think he thought that, but he thought that he came on a bunch in a row, and then we were on a chat, the three of us, and he put the logo Chicks Ideal Podcast, and it was him in a purple onesie on our logo. And he always said, "Save the purple onesie for me."
Yeah.
That's
And
cute.
then we got a producer. But, Pat would be on it, but he doesn't know how to produce.
Yeah, that's what we said. We go, Pat, we needed someone who could bring something more to the table, different
Yeah.
to the table.
We love you,
Yeah,
Pat.
we
we'll,
can
have,
talk.
we'll have Pat back on soon. But he always wanted the purple onesie. So
Okay. I'll
know.
take. Yeah. I'll
So
take it.
you'll
I'll take it from
purple.
him. For a joke, I'll do it. Yeah. All right, we're running about an hour and some change. So, do you have any picks? What
Yes, I do, Ryan.
I don't know
Thank you. I
what you
love
wanna-
how you're on top of it, and you want me to get my picks in.
I do.
I got good ones this week, and one of
Finally.
them. No, I do. I got.
started-
They're always good.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you start before?
I started one of your picks. The King of Collecting.
What'd you
King of-
think? Was it interesting
Nah,
to
I
you?
wasn't into it. no.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
I,
enough.
I was
watched that
into
too.
like the idea of it, but the whole it just sounded like a reality show, like the way the music
Yeah.
plays,
No,
the
and I
setup
get-
of
and I
it,
hate
like the
reality
writing
shows.
around it. I'm like,
I
this is
gotcha.
so all this is so set up. I wish it was just I wanted to see just the products and the bids
and the bids,
yeah.
right? And I
Yeah.
agree with that. It was a little
Yeah.
too much bullshit that I
It's
didn't
like
care
collecting
for.
like collectibles kind of
So
things.
it's called the King of Collectibles, and this guy, basically middleman's buying of sports memorabilia, pop culture,
Right.
all this crazy shit that's worth a ton of money, and he auctions them off for people and keeps a percentage. but it's just him going around trying to find it. But there's a lot of BS.
But it's very like the music changes like, and then somebody says something that changes the direction, and it's like it's somber. Then somebody says something stupid, and it's bouncy.
And they set you up for like
it's got
like
so
commercial breaks where it's they leave you teasing and then they come back.
Has like a Pawn Stars vibe to it. Like,
Very much. It's very much Pawn
exactly
Stars.
like that.
I watched the first episode with the Jackie Robinson jersey, and that's as
But
far
you
as
could
I
probably make each episode
Can we
10 minutes
take back
shorter.
a chick
And
pick?
then-
No, because
and
I
then
still like it. It's
No, my
cool
bad.
and
I'm making him
interesting.
spend more time. I just asked him.
know.
I was real quick. I could have looked it up myself. I just was,
At the end of that Jackie Robinson episode, they were like, "To be continued." I go, I guess I'll never know.
Yeah, I'll never know. I'll never know.
Yeah.
They didn't sell that jersey. They didn't sell it.
I didn't want to know.
No.
I wanted to know. I would have watched the
They
damn
were
thing.
asking a little too much.
The guy wanted $10 million for this
Yeah.
jersey. They said they could maybe sell it for $5. The record was $5. They got it on auction for 7.2, and the guy wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I also don't blame him because the guy probably didn't want to get rid of it. It's like, you know
I
what?
think it was
If I'm
probably just for
gonna-
the show.
Exactly.
By the way, it was on Long Island where that
Comac,
jersey was.
yeah.
Yeah, it was right in Comac.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was.
Yeah.
So anyway, to my picks.
Yeah,
One
no
that
idea.
B
Oh, that's
had
right.
recommended that he was going to, well, he told me he was going to watch. I didn't even know it was out. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to watch it. And 4 episodes in, I'm quite enjoying it. It's
Whoa. Stop the clock. You're doing a chick's pick where you haven't finished the whole thing.
Well, I feel like because this is a true story and we kind of know the ending, then
All
it's,
right.
you know, to an extent.
Because he's told me in the past, he's like, I don't do any chick's picks.
But did you
until the
suggested
end.
this to him already?
I
So
suggested.
it's been kind of like it's been vetted a little
He's
bit.
been, yeah, exactly.
You finished it?
No,
I'm halfway through.
It's not
Carl.
done yet.
It's like a week to week. They don't. It's not a bingeable. They let out
That's
2
why I'm
episodes
shocked.
every week.
I'm shocked that he's.
Because the first, I can't see it. I mean, listen, if it turns out to be shitty, then oh well.
Then we throw it in the pile with
with all my other
Pawn
ones.
Stars or whatever.
It's
whatever that
called A
was.
Small Light. It is about Meep, who is the she is the lady that took in Anne Frank and her family during World War II in where were they? Denmark? No, Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
And she hid them in her roof, basically.
A
roof?
Wait, a
Well,
roof.
not the roof. It was like a back. It was like through the house.
Famously an attic, I think, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I
yeah.
said
Talking
roof.
about
I meant attic.
Everybody knows Anne Frank and the roof.
The roof. The fiddler on the roof. Anne Frank.
She had a fiddle. Anne Frank, she had a diarrhea fiddle on the roof.
They put her in between boards. Like they built her into a roof. Get in between the shingles and the frame.
She was just tarring every day.
But it's not necessarily about Anne Frank. It's about the lady who took them in and all
Yeah.
that. And it was very good. There's 4 episodes in, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this so far. And, you know, I'm you know me. I'm a big history guy.
Now he's a history buff.
I'm a history buff.
Like, all I'm thinking of is the beginning. Remember the beginning of Inglourious Bastards where the Jews are hiding in the floor? It's like, you know what? They're hiding in the roof, too. Just shoot this whole fucking house up. Like, you know what? Let's just burn it from the ground and start from scratch.
That's funny. Oh, yeah.
Zoom.
Another one that just started, and again, it's a true story, so I feel like it's not gonna it's gonna hit. There's only been 1 episode though.
Wow.
Well, 2 episodes. I'm sorry. White House Plumbers on HBO.
It started it, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I wasn't loving it. No.
See, I loved it. I love like when they put that comedic twist.
Yeah, it was
like,
a little
and
too quirky for me, I think.
It actually was a little more. It was a little quirkier than I anticipated. But I'm also a big Woody Harrelson fan. And
Yeah,
the
I
other
love him,
guy,
I love Woody.
I'm enjoying it, and I
So,
was always obsessed with Woody.
I think my problem was I didn't expect that at all, and I was expecting like a drama. I was looking forward to like a
I knew it
well
was
acted
gonna be like a drama,
well
whatever
acted
they wanna
drama.
call it.
And when they hit with the comedy, so maybe now knowing that I can start it again and be
Okay.
like, oh, I know this is
Yeah,
what
it's
to
the
expect.
whole. It doesn't get any different. Like 2
Yeah,
episodes
right.
in, that's
So,
exactly what it's going to be.
maybe
And I mean, I enjoyed it. I think HBO does a fantastic job with almost any.
They
Even the
do.
shows I don't like are
They
usually
do.
well made.
Yeah, I was excited about this one too, but I didn't love I only watched the first episode. Again, I'm shocked that you're shooting off from 1-2 episodes.
Again, I'm a
Unprecedented.
little biased with Watergate too. You know, me and
Oh,
my
he was a
history.
big Watergate
He
guy.
loves it.
No,
You love it.
There's certain events that attract my interest, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Fuck you. This one, I'm going to give some credit to Ian, Downtown Brown. Yellow Jackets on Showtime. It's season 2 just came out. I just caught up with season 1 and like I'm almost up to date. Basically, these high school soccer team crashes on their way to nationals, and then it's just like a survival tale. But like they get into like some like weird shit. It's like almost culty.
Is there witches?
No, but they start losing their mind. It's like witchy. It's like
Is there ghosts?
no, there's no like everything has been real so far, but there's like spirit or like a
Spirits.
no, but there's not spirits. It's like there's like I don't even know how to describe it because it's just fucking weird. It's like they're all becoming like just weird being like you don't know if they're losing their minds from being, in this remote area for months at end waiting to get rescued.
Okay.
Or if there's actually something that's causing them.
No
to act
spoilers.
weird.
I've been trying to watch this for the last couple of years or since it came
I've
out.
been wanting to and pushing it off. Ian really was like, dude, you got to try it. And
I'm like 5 episodes into the first season from a year. Like it's one of those shows where I watch it and I like it, but I never go back to it. Like
Yeah,
it's been like
it's just weird.
It's
Like,
taken me a while to get through season 1. I'm not even through it.
I don't know if it's even the right show, but I think this is the right show. I saw like a 30-second like ad or whatever, like on Netflix or one of the like the background. If it's the same show I'm thinking of, that just weirded me out just because. And all it was just a 30-second clip of MTV News from like 1993, and it was just Kurt Loder. He was 70 then, but you know what I mean. It was just like, and it was so authentic. It was like what kind of? I thought it was maybe an MTV documentary, but you only saw like this little yellow jacket thing in the corner. Like that was the only thing that made it. That's the only thing that made it distinguishable from just what is this like? Because it was like you can tell it was archived footage. Like I spent a whole bunch of my life.
Some like kind of, but like. I don't know if that was it. I'd have to look for that. I'd have to look for that.
I could be thinking of the wrong show too, but I could be a complete idiot. But that just popped in my head.
The best
slow
way.
down, Sonny. You're talking too fast. Maybe that's why.
Everyone just weaves it in now. Now they just find they're not even weaves it in. They just find their opening. Like, got him.
That's great. But yeah, so it was just. I was very interested. Like it was just a very weird and like I kind of like the dark vibe from it. It was like Lost but better.
It's a pretty popular show when it first came out,
think
right?
so,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
people seem to like it.
It's got like a lot of
It's in its second season, so I'm
lot
assuming
of like it's a good cast too.
it's very well acted. It's a bunch of young chicks it's a good cast.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then my last one, I think that was 3, but I wanted to sneak one in.
He's sneaking one in.
Bonus because it's an older show that I just got around to. Shrinking, with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it's not that old, right?
Well, it's like I don't know. I feel like usually when these things first come out, but it's in between first and second season. Did you?
What is Shrinking?
He's a shrink who takes a different approach to trying.
I thought that just came out.
Well, I guess it came out over the summer. I thought. I don't. Maybe it didn't come out that long ago.
No, I think it came out like.
Chicks picks are so cutting edge.
They
that 6 months is old.
Yeah,
like that's like black and white to him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like
You really got
put that with the rest of the moving pictures.
I feel like that came out like during Christmas time.
It might have. I don't honestly have no idea. I just know the show was done when I started.
Yeah, within the. I think it came out this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
How was it?
Still,
it was excellent, and it's basically this guy takes a different approach to therapy, and it like starts to work in the beginning, and the other therapist because he works in like a building of other therapists, and they all kind of talk about their patients, not name, it's whatever. Anyway,
I don't know what he just said.
they all talk about each other's patients amongst each other. It's like a group of therapists, and they all have their own patients, and one of them decides to start using a different approach to therapy.
Okay.
And it has some good and bad effects, and it just trickles into a whole slew of instances.
have you checked out the new Bob Odenkirk show yet?
Not yet.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
a
I haven't-
huge Bob Odenkirk
Yeah,
fan.
Lucky Hank.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of like it's all the same writers and everything from Saul?
I don't know. Is it?
Oh, I thought it was like not a spin-off or anything with that, but I thought it was like
I could see them wanting to be like, all right, we're done with the show, but we kind of like
exactly,
we like what we're
that's
doing
what I
here.
thought
So
it
we want
was.
to just come up with a different, Yeah,
But I
like
could
they
be
wanted to
completely
end
wrong.
that. They wanted to end
exactly.
that storyline, but wanted
I
to
thought
keep
it was
working.
like, let's start something new. It's like, you know when they have like those movies that it's always the same cast and
Yeah.
whatever. I thought.
Have
that's
you
kinda-
watched it?
No, but I've heard it's great. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it looks.
What's it about? Do we know?
I haven't.
teacher-
I've
is
only
he a
saw
teacher?
like one trailer.
He's a
of it.
teacher.
I think so.
I'm a big Bob Odenkirk guy, so I think it's gonna be hysterical.
you go.
Now
I
every
was
time,
just
all
wondering.
I'm thinking about is that we say that about everything now, and now I'm even starting to say it.
I know.
That just ruined the show. That's it. We're done.
But I've realized that I'm saying it. You know, I'm like, how long have I been saying this?
No,
Is it-
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm realizing, like, do I say this about everything now?
Listen, when you do a podcast, you really figure out some quirks about yourself.
Yeah, you certainly do.
But
But those are my my bangers.
Brilliant.
I love them. I love all your picks. I love all your stories.
You're so
James,
fascinating.
Do you have anything you'd like to promote? What's the date? And then
Yeah, what is the date?
It's going to be May 14th at Alibi, 7 o'clock for the unmedicated show.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
All right. I think I can make that.
I
Wait,
didn't
it's
even-
not Mother's Day,
It,
is
it,
it?
clearly
Yeah?
is Mother's
Oh, that
Day,
is
and
the
that's
same
how.
day as Mother's
just
Day.
to show you how I really just like throw this together on the fly, and
well,
it's just
you know, it
people
makes
do-
sense. It's, you know,
It's-
people that have
it's-
issues, I guess, you know, who knows?
Well, I do a Mother's Day brunch nowadays.
Most people do
so I'm
Mother's Day
around.
during the day.
I'll
There's
be
not
there.
there's not a
Yeah.
lot of late night Mother's Day plans happening.
no, it's not
people
even that,
aren't-
but it didn't even cross my mind
yeah.
No, I
that
think,
it would be Mother's Day. Like it didn't even.
I think it'll be good. I think, like we said, Mother's Day is an early day
Right.
thing.
And people
Also,
already
you
got
could-
liquor in them. They want to
Also,
go out.
like a lot of people's mothers drive them nuts. They could be like,
Yeah.
you know, your mother driving you nuts. Come check out the mental health. You know,
Your mom passed some shit along to you. Like,
Yeah.
Here we
you
go.
were reminded of it all day. Come on down.
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
all your mothers want you like to hang out like on Mother's Day, or do they want it as a
Hang
day for
out.
themselves?
My
No,
mother
like,
co-
hang out. No, you know what I mean.
I love my mother being like, "Hey, come hang out." you never hang out anymore.
My buddy, my good friend of mine, mom doesn't want to hang out with the family when she's like on Mother's Day. She said it's her day and she likes to do her own thing.
Oh, no.
I just found that as like I thought that was great. But I
Interesting.
think it's such a different
They
than
must
the norm.
they must spend a lot of time together. Otherwise, though,
Yeah.
Like I don't see my mother enough for her to
All
be
right,
like,
fair
"Leave me
enough.
alone today." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I've left you alone for the last 3 weeks." Like,
My mother lives alone. Like she every day is just her day to be. Every day's Mother's Day when you live alone.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little, little dinner, you know, early dinner with my mom.
Yeah, we do a brunch and I love it.
Brunch
We do
is
this
nice.
buffet brunch. That's amazing.
which is a good move.
Brunch is nice.
But we
Yeah.
do it at my house.
Inner-
We cater.
Oh, at the
Oh,
that's
it's
Just
amazing.
nice.
just nothing fancy, you know. No
Yeah.
no eggs Benedict. You know.
Guys, if you made it this far,
I can't believe it.
we appreciate
James,
you.
thank you.
James Raniolo,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
for
having
calling
me.
James
Coming.
Raniolo.
All right.